What is
Sir.
going on, everybody? You know who it is. You're listening to Urban View or you're watching it on YouTube. Urban View with Slim, powered by Urban 95. It's been a minute since I've done an interview. So much has been going on behind the scenes. However, the devil works hard, but I work harder. I got my guy, the one and the only Mr. Jordan Official in the building. What's going on, bro?
What's up, man? How you doing? How you living?
I'm doing good, bro. What about you?
Man, good, man. Family's good. Shoot, just been settling in California right now. Me and my brother out here. So, you know what I mean? We just doing our business, staying healthy out here.
That's good to hear. And just to start out, we have to talk about this because you've been having a hell of a week. Not gonna lie, we got to
Yeah.
talk about your project, Lottery Pick
Mm-hmm.
Volume One. It got released last week. A whole lot of love
Yes.
across social media, Instagram,
Yes.
TikTok. I
Mm-hmm.
gotta ask you, when you released this project, did you
Mm-hmm.
expect to get the amount of love that you've been receiving off of this project? Everybody's loving all the music, they're loving the
Mm-hmm.
visuals. Like, how are
Right.
you feeling right now about all this?
Man, it's honestly stay ready. You don't gotta get ready, man. So I knew after dropping my last tape, I'm a perfectionist. So I definitely saw things that I could improve on and things that, I wasn't satisfied with. So I knew coming into getting ready for the next project just getting ready for that, I really had to turn it up another notch. So this is just the results of that. I think this is just the results, the fruits of my labor, just going hard, having a good team around me too. But yeah, man, the response is still overwhelming. I'm definitely blessed. This is more than I could expect from a kid from Arizona. So this is definitely something that I'm taking in for sure, but expected though, definitely with the hard work I've been doing.
And the hard work is definitely paying off. And
Right.
on the point that you were making about improving from your last project, if you guys
Hmm.
haven't heard it, CTown Chronicles, it's on all the streaming platforms that you have, depending on whatever one you listen to. But
Right.
from that project to this one here, how
Mhm.
was specifically your development and your improvement? Was it your lyricism? Was it your production? How did you improve, and how did you try to make yourself better on this project so people could notice it?
Yeah. So I think the main thing is you got to go through experience, man. You got to grow, and that translates into the raps, and then also studying the game. I think with me personally, the difference was this was really all me. I was in a situation, nothing too crazy, but basically where I'm getting counsel, you know what I mean? And people are helping me out with the C-Town, Chronicle tape. So now I'm hearing, their perspectives. Now I got to think about what they think is hot. And now we got to kind of have like a common understanding. And this time it was just, man, like I heard a hit, it was going on the tape. I heard another hit, it was going on the tape. So I think just having that confidence for myself, in this new arena, which, I've been doing music for a while, but, this is a new arena, again, for me, again, that I'm still stepping into. And just having that self-confidence to really just say, yo, I know what's hot, I know what the streets want, and I know how to, cultivate that and still do my own Jordan official style, while giving everybody, what they want. So great recipe for success right there.
And that's definitely dope as well. And I love what you said about the experience and just learning from what the audience wants, knowing what the streets
Right.
want. And you can
Mm.
definitely tell that on this project. I know for me, one of my favorite songs, I told you this, Stelio or Stilo, that
Stilo.
song,
Yes,
Stilo
yes.
is one of my favorite songs off of the
Man.
project. And I just want to understand from you, what was your thought process putting this project together, and why was now the right time to release it to your fans?
Yeah, I think you got to have a plan. So, this all everything that everyone's seeing from the videos, from the lyric videos, we were doing this, since the beginning of the year. So again, we get proper preparation. You get the results like we're getting right now. So I think just us staying focused and staying disciplined, definitely evolved within the song creating process. We took our time still. We still had a dedicated timeline to how we're going to sequence and different things like that you don't realize, maybe the common artist doesn't realize, like that's really important, right? Like that transition going into Stilo, the song Jimmy Brooks behind that, that's giving you like you getting energetic, probably working out, and now you got this Stelio coming through. It's the same, high BPM beat, but it's a whole different vibe. You know what I mean? And we specifically did that for a reason. So I think just paying attention just made this, again, Lottery Pick Volume 1 just to knock out the park for sure.
And it is a knock out the park for sure. I'm telling you guys, when you have the chance to search up and listen to Lottery Pick Volume 1, you will not be disappointed. Check it out. Apple Music, YouTube Music, Spotify.
Yes.
Wherever you stream your music, make sure to check it out under Jordan Official. Now, the next question I have for you, it's still in the vein of this project, but just it's about you overall as an artist. Now, how would you rank yourself right now in independent rap? I know this is one of your few projects that you have because you have a lot under your belt. You have the singles, you have the longer projects. Where do you rank yourself right now in independent hip hop? And also, how do you see yourself moving forward with Lottery Pick now already released?
Yeah. Well, me personally, how I see myself in the independent game, I'm one of the best out, hands down. I think it's sometimes it's the location where you're at and you gotta make do for what you got, and if you got to take a jump and a risk, which I decided I had to do coming from Arizona. Cali just seemed more enticing in the business sense of really just getting that exposure. So that was a jump that I necessarily had to do. But as far as just being an independent artist, I pride myself on that, so I definitely think I'm one of the top, artists doing this independently. And honestly, longevity, I see myself selling out stadiums. I see myself collecting Grammys. I see myself having plaques on the wall, not only for myself, but also writing. That's one of my, hobbies. I love writing for other artists, trying to get out what they're trying to get out. Because, I've been writing since, my mom was an English teacher. So that writing sense with me is just, it's always been a bug. So, yeah, I think that the sky's the limit, honestly, for me. But as far as just indie, independent, yeah, I'm definitely one of the top, out. And I think this tape definitely shows that. Again, these are all updated tracks. So, you're getting this is that fresh to Cali tracks right now. So fresh off the move, you know what I mean? 2022. And I'm excited, man. I'm excited for what's coming up next. Excited for Lottery Pick Volume 2 as well. So, it's coming. It's on the way for sure.
That's definitely good to hear. And we're going to touch on Lottery Pick Volume 2 a little bit towards the end of the interview. But just hearing what you just had to say there, your mom was an English teacher. That's actually dope to hear. So during your youth, was being around your mother and being around that as she was teaching, was that how you fell in love with words and how you fell in love with trying to come up with different rhymes here and there? Like, how did you fall in love with hip hop?
Yeah, that's a great question. So honestly, my mom was an R&B artist. She probably wouldn't want me to go ahead and relay that, but yeah, she was in an R&B group. She was actually gonna get signed to LaFace. So that's like Babyface, LA Reid. So it didn't work out. So she ended up teaching, but I definitely think just her keen sense of education, writing, and then also music definitely played a role. I would actually credit my uncles, honestly. So her younger brothers. I'm the oldest in my sibling formation, but they're like older brothers to me. So growing up, I was really in a religious household. So I wasn't able to listen to rap, probably on the radio, sneak it, every once in a while. But honestly, like I really grew up on that Christian gospel type of music. So when I hung out with my uncles, they put me on something totally different, man. I'm listening to Dipset, Cameron, in my mind, my brain. And at this time, I'm probably around 10, 11. And I'm just like, man, like, this is crazy. Like, you hear gospel rap artists, and I think I credit them just for my wordplay and flow, because, they don't really curse. So I kind of learned how to kind of use my words in that type of sense, because I'm not listening to, people who are using curse words as cop outs, you know what I mean, or word fillers, as they like to say. People are really speaking. So I think the storytelling aspect and also the just flow aspect, I definitely got from them. But just the overall love for the game, yeah, I got a credit to my uncle showing me Jay-Z, the DMXs of the world, the you know, the Lil Waynes, the Drakes, the J. Cole's, you know what I mean? I definitely credit them. Definitely a student of the game for sure.
That was a dope explanation right there. And I totally agree with you, especially when it
Mm,
comes to growing up in a religious household. Sometimes you got
for
to listen
sure.
to Christian music, and then other
Right.
times, depending on where you go, you're going to listen to some Jay-Z, Lil Wayne,
Right.
and you get a little bit of the best of both worlds. But I love
Hmm.
how you explained it right there with Christian rap because they can't curse, but they still try to come up with these different word plays
They,
about what
right.
they're trying to say. And for people who really pay attention to hip hop and who have come from that space, it really adds a
Mm,
lot to their lyricism, just like
mm,
you. And also, now I want to move on to your journey inside of hip hop. So
mm,
now you
for
talked about
sure.
your youth and how you were exposed to it. But when did you know that you wanted to do this hip hop thing for real as a rapper? When was it that you just decided to take this seriously?
So there is like a three phases to this. So first phase, of course, like I was saying, 10, 11, you know, hearing Cameron, hearing Lil Wayne and stuff like that. So I'm also watching 106 in Park. So, you know, you see little kid rappers now. You see these young celebrities, you know, 106 in Park before really social media, Instagram really blew up. Like, I was really worried she was watching to see like the next moves, the next artist, you know, Drake and them. They was pulling up to 106 in Park before, you know, they really didn't have to because social media kind of took that over. But man, my uncles they used to play with me. I don't think they knew I took it serious, but they were like, man, you know, you can do this, right? Like all you gotta do is just get words, you put words together. So, you know, me, I'm like, man, you're actually right. Definitely. So I'm going on YouTube every day after school and I'm figuring out my flow. Like I'm figuring it out. Like I'm rapping, freestyling, like I'm recording, my brother's hitting my back, we doing auto tune. So I think that was the start. I took a break and then I kind of like 15, 16, I was like, all right, like I think I could get back into this. So it was getting my confidence rapping after school and things of that nature. Starting to drop on SoundCloud. That was around that time that everybody dropped on SoundCloud. You got X, Ski Mask, all of them. Everyone was just dropping whatever. So it was a good time to kind of experiment. You know what I essentially became to now. And then after that, the final stage where it was like, okay, I'm doing this full time, and actually, I graduated and I got an opportunity to play college basketball in Tucson. It was like a last minute setup. It was a blessing. And I was rapping at the same time. I had a couple songs that I dropped on SoundCloud and I was getting some good buzz, but I was really focused on hoop. You know, I was like, man, this is my second resurgence. And I had talked to one of my mentors at the time, and he saw the gift that I had with music, and I kind of told him that I'm kind of conflicted because I know you got to put 100%. You got to go 110%, especially when you're pursuing collegiate sports or you're doing something like a rap career. You got to go all out. So he told me to pray, and I had prayed, and the week before our first game, I blew my knee out, man. That dude, doctor told me, he said, there is no point of playing basketball no more. And at that moment, I said, all right, it's showtime. And that's when Jordan Official was like officially born. And it was like, all right, we're going to do this. And it's off the road. Here we are.
Man, that story is incredible. And honestly,
Yeah.
certain times in a lot of these situations, it seems like it's a roadblock, but certain
Mm-hmm.
times it'll give you clarity on what you're meant to do.
Man.
And that it really just puts it together right there. And I know for everyone that their path is different, what they're
Mm-hmm.
trying to do it might not even be hip hop.
Right.
However, certain times, if you know it's a sign, you know it's a sign. And for you, you knew it
Yeah.
was a sign and you built on everything that you were exposed to and everything that you put your time and your love into. And now
Exactly.
you're actually reaping the benefits, which is super dope. And also, you talked about your mentor, and I know that you have a very strong support system. I see it online. You get a lot of
Yes.
love all the time. For you, how important is it that your support system is right behind you, giving you love, giving you criticism as well, and just
Mm-hmm.
overall helping you chase your dreams to becoming one of the best in the game?
Oh, it's detrimental, man. Teamwork makes the dream work. And, going through basketball, I guess I realized that already. So transitioning to rap, I knew that this was going to be a team effort. Of course, there's a lot of things independently I'm going to have to do. But as far as support, yeah, I don't hold my tongue. Sometimes they slip up and think like, man, oh, he's getting a lot of love. He don't need love. Nah, like the support that I get from my inner circle is the ones that, that I really need because now you're going to their followers. These are the people that I could depend on, that I know. I'm not expecting to be wishy-washy, like, one day you like me, one day you don't. Nah, like, y'all are my fam, like, you guys are a part of the team. So every post, I expect, for you to post on your story, to rock with it. But the cool part about it is, man, is they like my music. The people who support me and who have been on this journey with me, from my brother to my best friends to my parents, they genuinely like my music. And I think that's something that, I never take for granted, because I know a lot of situations, when people aren't really fully rocking with you, you don't get that 100% energy. And I feel like I get that 110% because of the product that I do put out. I feel like I make them proud, that they have somebody that can rap, that they can repost, that they can use for highlight films and, edits and different things like that. So it's a win-win situation for sure. And I support everything that they do, whether it be basketball. My homeboy is up right now. Shout out Adonis. He out there in Denver with the Nuggets hooping. I got my boys in training, doing a whole bunch of different things, and I support them just as much as they support me. So yeah, it's a beautiful thing, bro, honestly.
And that's dope to hear. You are only as strong as the people around you.
Right.
If you check out Jordan Official's Instagram, you can see it every single day. He has a lot of support and a lot of love, and that support is actually growing on social media as well. I mentioned it earlier, but Instagram, TikTok, you're getting a lot of love and exposure. And also, I saw on IG as well, you just got your first write up for Lottery Pick Volume 1. So tell me, how does that feel that your support and your fan base is growing, not only from people in Arizona, certain people in Cali, but people all across the country as well, just from social media? Just tell me about that experience for you.
Yeah, I think coming from a state that's not known for music, Cali has so many legends. You got Kendricks, you got the Cubes, you got Snoop. You know what I mean? And I'm coming from a state where people are still to this day trying to really make that stamp. Where we're at. So as long as I feel like, as long as I take that energy and I apply it to wherever I go, great things like this will happen. So the moment we got to California, me and my brother, we're on LinkedIn, man. Like, we're on the site, called Roster, that got every A&R, label set up. And we're sending emails, mass emails, and I ended up actually running into this nice lady Taylor. She's with Heartfelt Hip Hop, and that's who actually wrote the write-up. So, you just gotta always grind, and you gotta stay humble. Even though I felt like Lottery Pick was a tape where it's like, man, like, I don't, I shouldn't even have to do all this stuff. No, you can't think like that. And not everyone knows you as Jordan Official. So, every impression is, you got to make that great. So I think just applying that and just keeping that routine, yeah, it's been successful so far. So we just keeping it up.
And I love that explanation as well. That's super dope. Shout out to Heartfelt Hip Hop. Salute to
Yes.
Taylor. That was a great write up. And I just love that point that you made about everyone on social media, because it starts with a post, and then from there, it literally just spreads, and you get more fans and more people interested in what you're saying. And it's
Right.
just really incredible to see that for you, because for me, it started with one song. It was Top Pick. I
Right.
had it on my show beforehand, and now everything is working out for you, bro. And I'm really loving that for you. But now I got to ask you about something. Your
Yes.
name, Jordan
Yes.
Official. What led you to choosing Jordan Official as your name? Was there any significance behind it? Or was it just something where, like, you were just with the homies one day and they just said, oh, Jordan
Jordan
Official, that should
Official.
be your nickname? So
Yeah.
just explain a little bit about that story.
Yeah, so Jordan Official, it's pretty short and sweet. Honestly, my name was Jordan before Jordan Official. When I first started dropping music, I think like my first like couple tracks on Apple Music, a couple DSPs, and then SoundCloud, I was just known as Jordan. And obviously, as time goes on, you realize that Jordan is a pretty common name, and the separation is, kind of hard to do, being an artist that, is just starting. So I decided to come up with Jordan Official, and I felt official was the only thing that fit, and it rung with me, because at the end of the day, I feel like the way that I live my life, I try to be a official 100% of the time. you know? And I feel like that's just your integrity. I feel like that's just within being honest with people, being honest of your journey, being honest with your struggles. That's all official to me. So I feel like I tie that all in, and I think, Jordan Official just, it rung in it, and it's gonna stay.
That's actually really dope as well. And since you already touched on it, being honest about the journey, being honest about the
Mm,
struggles, being an independent hip hop artist nowadays, everybody's seeing the bright sides. They're seeing getting
man,
signed off of TikTok, signed off of IG, getting put on albums, going on
mhm,
tours. However,
right.
for you, what were some of the struggles in your journey that no one really knows about that really helped you become the artist who you are today?
Yeah, I think just starting off your independent indie journey, being an artist, the belief that you have to have with yourself, with your craft, it has to be out of this world. Like it's to a point where it don't make sense. Because and you have to know where you want to go with this. With me, I want to sell venues. Like I said, I want Grammys, I want plaques. I want that recognition. So I know the level of intensity I have to do, in order to perfect my craft. So I think personally, with being an indie artist, there's financial struggles. So there, of course, there's a lot. You're covering everything. And people don't realize, like I was just talking to my dad the other day, and he said, being funny, he's just like, man, you running to Jay-Z yet, man? And it's just you just kind of like, what? Like, I wish it was that simple. I wish Jay-Z would just, pull up on me, but it's not. It's politics. It's payments. It's show me the money first, and you have to swallow that pill where it's like, even though you may think you're the best, like you still gotta make your way, and it's still a business at the end of the day. And I think that's what I learned throughout the journey, and I took my feelings out of it. And I think that's what holds people back. And I think once I took my feelings out of it, and I realized, man, I'm willing to invest as much as possible, and I know who is there. I know the Joshes, I know the Urban Views, I know the Taylors, I remember my brothers, I remember my family, my friends. So trust, when we up, and we gonna be good. But it's just, we just grinding right now. And that's the thing. You just gotta grind overtime, and you have to believe in yourself, and you gotta be able to spend and make the risk and do the risk, and you'll get that reward.
Man, I appreciate your honesty right there. And,
Mm,
just for a moment of transparency, everything he says about finances, especially when you're working independently, it is definitely true because you
mm,
can
mm,
see
mm.
somebody else from the screen and think it's easy. It ain't. it,
Not,
it really
it's
ain't easy,
not,
man. It's
yeah,
not
it's
because you're
not.
paying for ads, you're paying for so many other things, you're paying for
Marketing,
equipment.
playlisting,
It's
all that,
crazy.
man.
And a lot of people nowadays, especially with inflation and everything going on, just
Right,
like you
within
were
staying
just
organic too. Yeah, and
literally.
I try to stay I stay organic too. So then there's another even faster being an indie artist where you could pay and have all these streams, but in the grand scheme, does it look right? Like, do you have 20,000 followers and only 68 likes? You know what I mean? I had a homeboy hit me up, and he was just like, man, it's crazy. Do you feel bad that you don't necessarily have like a lot of followers in the social media world? And I'm like, well, let's look at it like percentages. If someone got 10,000 followers and they're getting the same views as me, and they're getting about 1,000 views through the reels, about 100, 200 likes, and my 1,000 is out of 1,500, and his is out of 10,000. Who's really winning? Who's organic? You know what I mean? So you just got to play the game and have simple math with it, and really break it down, because those types of comments can make you get out of your way. Those types of comments can make you feel like you're not good enough, you ain't doing enough. So you got to always, make sure that you're filtering your head with that positivity. So,
That's definitely a gem right there. You guys got to write this stuff down because this is real life. Whenever you
real
go
life.
into independent music or independent art or anything, you got to make sure that you exactly understand what you're getting yourself into,
Right.
just like Jordan Official explained. But moving forward a little bit after that, because I do want to touch on this now, like you've been touching on throughout the entire interview, you did make the leap and you decided to move from Arizona to California.
Mhm.
What were your first couple days like out there? And how was it being in that new environment to create new music and to reach the next level of being Jordan official?
Yeah, man, it was crazy because us moving out here, my brother had a dope opportunity. He's my producer and my engineer. So, I was able to come out with him, and I think that was a blessing within itself. But I feel like it was just all time. I feel like I didn't, I wasn't like, man, like I'm mad at Arizona, like I ain't getting, like I'm out. Like, it was more like, I'm gonna come out to California and I'm gonna do the same thing that I'm doing out here, and y'all gonna see that I'm still floating. And I'm not only floating, I'm backstroking out here. I'm having a great old time, and that's gonna really solidify y'all to rock with me. And I think that's really what the representation of lottery pick is too. Is they're seeing California people rock with me. Within my brother getting that hookup with the internship, I'm able to meet a lot of different engineers, a lot of different people in the business to where, these are the people that matter, not little Billy Bob, you know what I mean, who listens to such and such and just doesn't understand double entendres. Nah, this is a real guy who knows structure, hook, verse, hook, knows where we're going, and realistically can give me some feedback. So when you start getting that, I was getting that confidence where it was like, yo, like you're tough, you're hard. Same stuff I'm getting out in Arizona, you get that call. I ain't gonna lie, the confidence definitely went up even more. It was like, okay, yeah, let's get cracking, because you don't know, you don't fully know until you go to like an Atlanta, a California, a New York, and you really with everybody, everybody else rap, there's a lot of people who got talent out here. So I think it just widened my pond, and it widened the goal, and it's a whole new setup. Now it's getting in touch with A&Rs. Now it's getting in touch with labels, radio stations. Things I probably didn't even think about back in Arizona, just because it wasn't that prominent. Out here is mandatory. So it's been an eye opener. It definitely advanced me to reality of, again, the music business that we're talking about. Because now I'm here, I'm 10 minutes away from Capitol Records. So, I get that's my view. I get to see. So, it's motivation for sure. Out here is just motivation. It just let me know that we keeping the main goal, the main goal.
I love that. And that is just super dope as well. Whenever you're motivated and whenever you're really putting in the work and you're surrounding yourself by others who are doing the same, it
Mhm.
only increases the hustle. It only increases the grind.
Right.
Now, one thing I do want to touch on right now, because you did already touch on it a little bit earlier as well, you brought up Lottery Pick Volume 2. And
Mhm.
now I want to hear from you. Just first, what was the inspiration behind Lottery Pick? It seems like something that's very important to you. And also, I'd love to know, what are you going to do with Lottery Pick Volume 2? When can we expect it? And also, or were any songs off of Volume 1? Are we going to get it on Volume 2? Like, what can we
Mhm.
expect from that?
Yeah, so essentially, Lottery Pick was a whole different tape. So we were actually going to do a tape called Official Season. I wanted to tie in because I knew Top Pick in like December-ish. Once we were like really done with the track, I was like, okay, like this is gonna be the first single. So once I knew, and if you check my Instagram, I think it's on archive now, you could see that the way I even presented the cover art and the whole single was through 2K. So I've always had like a basketball type of scheme. Of course, I love basketball so much. Like I'm a basketball story. You can ask me about anything, and I'll get it for you. So I just wanted to tie the two things that I love in, the lottery. I feel like, when you think about the draft lottery, those are the top prospects coming into the NBA. So I feel like all my songs are lottery. Like these are the top songs, like I feel coming in, like these are lottery quality, type of anthems that you guys are hearing, like, so I feel like it was a good play on words. But essentially it was a 20 track album. I'll be real with you. So I got some consultation too from a friend of mine, and he was like, "Man, you should probably split it up." I said, I think you should split it up in half." And I was like, "Man, you was right." So we decided to make it volume 1, volume 2. And I think it's good. I think it's a good transition to even from CTown Chronicles. I think CTown, you got the ball with me. It's just a little bit more bubbly, a little bit more playful, fun. With this is same vibe, but I just feel like it's some more depth into it. You know, we getting a little deeper each time in each drop, a little bit more vulnerability from me. So you guys are kind of getting to know me more as a person and as an artist. So I think volume 2 is just another level, another notch. I got production from again my brother, shout out Prodigy. I got production from him on the tape this time. And this is the first track that, me and him, we have a couple tracks, but this is actually the first official track that we're going to drop where we got a producer rapper duo. So I'm excited for that. It's been a long time coming. And again, just a lot of more original songs on volume 2 too. I definitely got on a lot of instrumentals this past tape, with the Jimmy Brooks and the Churchills, which we call pocket watching. But this time I'm probably gonna have probably just maybe like one freestyle, but the rest all original. Just so y'all can tap into the artistry, man, and really just get accustomed to what we really trying to do out here.
Man, everybody make sure to tap in with Lottery Pick Volume 2 when it does come out. He did give
Yes.
us Volume 1, and I think it's definitely going to hold us over for now. However, I do got to ask you about this too, because like you just mentioned as well, you were
Mhm.
talking about working with your brother as a producer
Yes.
rapper duo. So I want to hear from you. Is it special for you to be working with your brother? Like, how is it to be building together as a rapper and as a producer? And where do you think he's going to be landing as well? Like, what do you feel like his ceiling is?
Yeah. Man, he's the reason why I'm doing all this in the first place. Um, I talk about that time I didn't write, back then. There was like a little period that I kind of just didn't do follow the rap dream, and he was always in my ear saying, man, like, you're good, and we got a 5 year difference, so I'm 5 years older than 5 years younger. So he was just always in my ear, just giving me encouragement, like, dude, you're special at this. Like, like, not no 15-year-old, no 16-year-old, it's rare for them to really be flowing like this, So that developed trust, just with us and strengthened our bond. So, he was my first DJ, when we're doing shows, he's doing my mixes. So he's always been a part of my journey with this. So for him to actually now officially be a part of the journey as to be like my engineer and producer, I mean, I think that's all you can ask for as an older brother. With me, I always love keeping things in house. I love that Drake line. I only get the 15% of people I fuck with. So, me giving, him getting, reaping the benefits, that's even more joy than, me reaping my own benefits. I think the sky's the limit for him, honestly. He is literally prodigy. Like, he's a prodigy. Like, that's the play on words. You know what I mean? That's why he calls himself prodigy. It's just like prodigy. And yeah, man, it's a ceiling. It's the dedication. He's doing his homework. And you could see he definitely wants to be, with me doing this thing. And I couldn't ask for, a better little brother to really be on this journey with. So yeah, I'm excited for him too. I'm excited for his growth. I'm excited for the world to see him. But yeah, I don't think there's really been a rapper producer, super duo like that, man, where it's, it's real quality coming from both ends. So I'm excited. I call this the clips of the producer rapper duo. So just imagine the clips, but just instead of Malice is the rapper and Pusha T is the producer, or switch it around, however you like it. But yeah, for sure. I'm excited for him.
Man, that's dope. Salute to you and salute to your brother as well. I'm definitely going
Yes.
to be keeping an eye on both of you. However, as we're getting towards the end of the interview, I just want to ask you this question. With
Mhm.
everything that you've done so far this year, what's the plan moving forward? Are there any shows? And how do you just want to build on the Jordan official brand, not
Yeah.
only for this year, but again, moving towards the future?
Yeah, I think it's time for total domination now in my head. I feel like I've gotten my feet wet. I've now dropped, two full good, length projects now to my name. And I think now it's time to build that team. I think it's time to, get a full-time videographer, get someone who can handle with the marketing, really get that deeper education with that. Start making more partners and connections, and that's to further the brand ultimately. But yeah, it's time for the groundwork. Time to get the street team assembled. We out in Cali, so it's like, man, this is the perfect opportunity to really get people who definitely see my vision and my drive, and are gonna reap the benefits with me. Being a part of this journey. So I think just building the team, and just getting refocused, and just celebrating this win, with Lottery Pick Volume 1 coming out, but understanding that, hey, me and my brother was just talking about yesterday, like, when do we even want to like have the track list ready to go and like done? Like, we're setting deadlines right now, because it's just, you always got to be an album ahead. If I credit the person that I was actually working with on CTown, he always said, just be an album or two ahead, man. Like, it gets that organization right there. Like, it just takes that stress, especially being an indie artist and you not having a team. So you got to wear already so many hats. So I'm trying to decrease my hats, but also get hip to the education. So when I have someone be able to take my hat, I can be able to know what they're doing. Instead of saying, hey, just do my marketing, handle it. Or hey, do playlists and things. It's like, nah, like, I want you to do this with the playlist and this with the marketing. Still gonna be hands-on, but definitely time to look to grow for sure. And I'm looking forward to that.
The thing, great leaders always know how to delegate and also still know sometimes when to get their hands dirty. And with
Right.
everything that you're saying, it looks like the sky is the limit. Real quick, for those who don't know, again, Jordan Official and I found his music on TikTok, Top Pick. One of my favorite tracks is on one of my personal playlists. It's still going to be
Yes.
there. And honestly, from there, this guy has been nothing but a professional, nothing but a good dude, someone who really cares about music, someone who really cares about what he does with his music. And honestly, like I just said, the sky is the limit. Jordan Official, thank you so much for coming through, bro. I really appreciate
Yes,
you.
yes.
And the
Blessings,
door
bro.
is always open for you to come through, just like all my other guests, man. Any last words, bro?
Yeah, man. Shout out to you, Josh, man. Been a blessing, man, since we first met. Always looking out, always helping, seeing the vibe, seeing the vision. And I see yours too, man. You got a bright future ahead of yourself. And I'm glad that we got this relationship going, and I'm looking forward to doing more of this in the future.
Definitely,
Lottery
man.
Pick 2 out, man. All streaming platforms. We got the videos on the way too, man. Got the
Yep.
videos on the way, visuals on the way. Yeah.
Lottery Pick Volume 1 again is out right now. Apple, Spotify, YouTube Music. Share it with your family, with your girlfriend, with your homies. Share it with
Everybody.
anyone who listens to good music. Man, I'm
Yes.
telling you, you will not be disappointed. Also, Jordan Official, can you plug your Instagrams? Can you plug TikTok? Any shows that you have planned? Just plug it.
Yes, man. Instagram, Jordan Official _ ATG. Same with the TikTok, Jordan Official _ ATG. We're currently looking to get some shows in Arizona popping, in California. So be on the lookout for that, as well as the visuals, man. We got some more visuals coming for Lottery Pick Volume 1. So get ready for that. But yeah, man, Jordan Official _ ATG on YouTube as well, man. Subscribe to my YouTube channel.
Man, run it up. Follow me on IG at official Josh Bryant. And also make sure to check out audilist.com and search up Urban 95 so that you never miss Urban View, playing Monday through Friday, 1 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Jordan Official, appreciate you. To everyone watching, I appreciate you as well. Stay safe, and until next time, peace.
Yo.
Shawty telling me that she don't need a man. Did she hit it for the renegade? Guess she got a plan. Usain Bolt to the Sprinter Vans. Told I'm good. Distribution just need that advance. Official be the name, can't be that dude without a plan. And I don't trust these speaks crossing your face when you shake my hand. Feel like speak, I'ma get it by my lonely. They was lying in my face, you never told me.